April 6th. Today's Bible reading is Deuteronomy chapter 29 from verses 1 to the end. Deuteronomy chapter 30 from verses 1 to 20. Luke chapter 11 from verse 37 to the end. Luke chapter 12 from verses 1 to 7. Psalm 78 from verses 1 to 25. Proverbs chapter 12 from verses 19 to 20. Reading Deuteronomy chapter 29 from verses 1 to the end. Verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. Verse 2. And Moses called unto all Israel, and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land. Verse 3. The great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Verse 4. Yet the Lord hath not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear, unto this day. Verse 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxen old upon thy foot. Verse 6. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am the Lord your God. Verse 7. And when ye came unto this place, Sihon the king of Heshbon and Og the king of Bashan came out against us unto battle, and we smote them. Verse 8. And we took their land, and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh. Verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Verse 10. Ye stand this day all of you before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel. Verse 11. Your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water. Verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord thy God mocketh with thee this day. Verse 13. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he has said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Verse 14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath. Verse 15. But with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day. Verse 16. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by. Verse 17. And ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Verse 18. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord our God, to go and serve the gods of these nations. Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood. Verse 19. And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. Verse 20. The Lord will not spare him. But then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. Verse 21. And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. Verse 22. So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of that land, and the sicknesses which the Lord hath laid upon it. Verse 23. And that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Verse 24. Even all nations shall say, Wherefore hath the Lord done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Verse 25. Then men shall say, Because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. Verse 26. For they went and served other gods, and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. Verse 27. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. Verse 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. Verse 29, the secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Deuteronomy chapter 30, from verses 1 to 20. Verse 1, and it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call unto mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee. Verse 2, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul. Verse 3, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. Verse 4, if any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Verse 5, and the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. Verse 6, and the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Verse 7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. Verse 9, and the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. Verse 10, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul. Verse 11, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. Verse 12, it is not in heaven, that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven, and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Verse 13, neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us, and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Verse 14, but the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth, and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. Verse 15, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. Verse 16, and I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Verse 17, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them. Verse 18, I denounce unto you this day, that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. Verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Verse 20, that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. Luke chapter 11 from verse 37 to the end. Verse 37, and as he spake, a certain Pharisee besought him to dine with him, and he went in and sat down to meat. Verse 38, and when the Pharisees saw it, he marveled that he had not first washed before dinner. Verse 39, and the Lord said unto him, now do you Pharisees make clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but your inward part is full of ravening and wickedness. Verse 40, ye fools, did not he that made that which is without make that which is within also? Verse 41, but rather give alms of such things as ye have. And behold, all things are clean unto you. Verse 42, but woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye tithe mint and rue and all manner of herbs, and pass over judgment and the love of God. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Verse 43, woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye love the uppermost seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets. Verse 44, Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are as graves which appear not, and the men that walk over them are not aware of them. Verse 45. Then answered one of the lawyers, and said unto him, Master, thus saying thou reproachest us also. Verse 46. And he said, Woe unto you also, ye lawyers! For ye laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers. Verse 47. Woe unto you! For ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them. Verse 48. Truly ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers, for they indeed killed them, and ye build their sepulchres. Verse 49. Therefore also said the wisdom of God, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute. Verse 50. That the blood of all the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required of this generation. Verse 51. From the blood of Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, which perished between the altar and the temple. Verily I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation. Verse 52. Woe unto you, lawyers! For ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered. Verse 53. And as he said these things unto them, the scribes and the Pharisees began to urge him vehemently, and to provoke him to speak of many things. Verse 54. Laying wait for him, and seeking to catch something out of his mouth, that they might accuse him. Luke chapter 12 from verses 1 to 7. Verse 1. In the meantime, when they were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode one upon another, he began to say unto his disciples first of all, Beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Verse 3. Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Verse 4. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. Verse 5. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. Verse 6. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthings, and not one of them is forgotten before God? Verse 7. But even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Psalms chapter 78 from verses 1 to 25. Verse 1. Maskil of Asaph, give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. Verse 2. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old. Verse 3. Which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. Verse 4. We will not hide them from their children, shewing to the generation to come the praises of the Lord and his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. Verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob, and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. Verse 6. That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. Verse 7. That they might set their hope in God, and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. Verse 8. And might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with God. Verse 9. The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. Verse 10. They kept not the covenant of God, and refused to walk in his law. Verse 11. And forgat his works, and his wonders that he had shewed them. Verse 12. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan. Verse 13. He divided the sea, and caused them to pass through, and he made the waters to stand as an heap. Verse 14. In the daytime also he led them with cloud, and all the night with a light of fire. Verse 15. He clave the rocks in the wilderness, and gave them drink as out of the great depths. Verse 16. He brought streams also out of the rock, and caused waters to run down like rivers. Verse 17. And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness. Verse 18. And they tempted God in their heart by asking meat for their lust. Verse 19. Yeah, they spake against God. They said, Can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Verse 20, Behold, he smote the rock, that the waters gushed out and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Can he provide flesh for his people? Verse 21, Therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel. Verse 22, Because they believed not in God, and trusted not in his salvation. Verse 23, Though he had commanded the clouds from above, and opened the doors of heaven. Verse 24, And had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. Verse 25, Man did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. Proverbs chapter 12 from verses 19 to 20. Verse 19, The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Verse 20, Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. Meditate on what you have heard and pray that it takes root in your heart and life, that you will do according to all that is written in God's word. Amen. Let's keep walking in the word together. Please subscribe, and enable notifications so you're here for the next study.